Well, today we complete the book of Leviticus and begin the book of Numbers. And so we want to look at the book of Numbers today. And in Numbers, we begin the book there with a census. And the Israelites are now in their second year out of Egypt. And after seeing the number of men who could serve in the military in that census, we see where God begins to bring order to the camp. It's interesting to me that they could not just camp anywhere they wanted to, that when they set up for a place to camp, that they couldn't just choose anywhere. There was a certain order that they had to camp in. They could not camp where they wanted. God had a plan for not only their camping, but he had a plan for their traveling. And so God brings order in this way. And what we see is that in the very middle of the camp, that is where the tabernacle, the tent of meeting, is to be. That is where the Levites are to be, surrounding the tent of meeting. And so let me read to you Numbers chapter 1, verse 47 through 54, and chapter 2, verse 17. So Numbers chapter 1, beginning in verse 47. But the Levites were not registered with them by their ancestral tribe. For the Lord had told Moses, "Do not register or take a census of the tribe of Levi with the other Israelites. Appoint the Levites over the tabernacle or testimony, all its furnishings and everything in it. They are to transport the tabernacle and all the articles, take care of it, and camp around it. And whenever the tabernacle is to move, the Levites are to take it down. And whenever it is to stop at a campsite, the Levites are to set it up. Any unauthorized person who comes near it is to be put to death. And the Israelites are to camp by their military division, each man with his encampment and under his banner. The Levites are to camp around the tabernacle of the testimony and watch over it so that no wrath will fall on the Israelite community. The Israelites did everything just as the Lord had commanded Moses." Numbers chapter 2 and verse 17. The tent of meeting is to move out with the Levites' camp, which is in the middle of the camps. They are to move out just as they camp, each in his place with their banners. And so what we see here is that God is always at the center of the Israelites, whether they are camped or whether they're moving, he's always at the center. And life was to revolve around him. And in giving these orders for camping and for marching, they get this physical picture that God is always at the center. And that is to be the same thing in our life as well, isn't it? That he is to be the center of our life, and all of our life is to revolve around him. Not ourselves, not others, not money, not our job, not anything else, that our life is to revolve around him. He is to be the center of our universe. Join me again tomorrow as we continue in the book of Numbers.